Farm bankruptcy update. That's chapter 12. April, there is an 82% increase from March 2026 to April 2026. An 82% increase. Now let's get into April 2026. Chapter 12, farm bankruptcies. April, year over year, April 2026 compared to April 2025 is a 130% increase in April 2026 compared to April 2025. 130% increase. This is the highest it has been in 6 years. Well, let me tell you who had the number one farm bankruptcy was in Minnesota. Minnesota is number one right now. Coming in second, third, and fourth is Arkansas, Mississippi, and California. It's due to high fuel costs. If you missed my post, I did a post on a farmer who was paying $1,500 a day for fuel. Fertilizer. 1/3 of fertilizer comes from the Strait of Hormuz. Equipment. President Trump put a tariff on equipment and also the trade war. China is the number one buyer of soybeans in the USA. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Farmers are going to be having more bankruptcies, more suicides, and more trouble ahead, which trickles through to the consumer, of course, because higher input costs equals higher cost to the consumer. Hi, my name's Christina. If you found this post sad but informative, please like, comment, follow, and share for more economic news.
This is terrifying. What? Farmers across America are going bankrupt. They're calling it Farmageddon. Good. Serves them right for supporting Trump. You still don't get it, do you? Where do you buy food? The grocery store? And you think food prices are bad now? Just wait. Tariffs have decimated farmers. What do you think happens when you start ridiculous trade wars with other countries? They get mad? Yeah, understatement. China's the world's top soybean buyer, and soybeans alone brought in $13 billion for American farmers last year. Now those sales, almost all gone. Yikes. And that's not all. These immigration crackdowns, some farms lost 100% of their workers, all kidnapped by ICE. Now, how do you pick food without workers? You can't. It's rotting in the field. Whoa. Plus, seeds, feeds, machinery, potash, pesticides, all more expensive than ever before. Then you add on high interest rates, and what do you get? Farmageddon? Bingo. And farmers were already 3 times more likely to die by suicide. Ugh. And don't forget, in 22...
A company that fed American families for nearly 140 years just walked away. It didn't just close its doors, it wiped out the futures of dozens of families overnight. Families who signed a deal, who planted trees, who built their lives around a promise. And now those trees are being torn out from the ground. Here's what we know. No fluff, just facts. Del Monte Foods filed for bankruptcy in July 2025, carrying $1.2 billion in debt. By April 2026, they shut down both processing plants in California, one in Modesto and one in Houston. Those 2 plants handled up to 35% of all canned peaches in the state. When they closed, dozens of Central Valley farming families had tons of fruit, and no one left to buy it. These farmers had long-term contracts with Del Monte, some signed in 2024, supposed to run until 2044. Del Monte used bankruptcy law to cancel every single one. $550 million in broken promises, gone overnight, completely legal. Bankruptcy law exists to give struggling companies a way out, but that same law left farmers who did everything right holding $500 million with no way to recover it. 420,000 peach trees are being cut down across 3,000 acres of California farmland. Farms that have been in families for generations, starting from zero. And now I shine the spotlight on you, the viewers, watching this moment play out in real time. Here's the question I bring forth to the table for open discussion. What are your thoughts on the Del Monte shutdowns? Bow.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about American farmers. Many farmers are living a very hard time right now. More and more farmers are closing because farms are losing money. The main reason is simple. Everything costs more now. Fuel costs more, fertilizer costs more, farm equipment costs more. Farmers have to spend a lot of money just to keep working, but many farmers are not earning enough. money for their crop. Because of this, many farmers are facing seriously money problems. Some farmers are even going bankrupt. In my opinion, is very sad. Farmers work hard every day. They grow the food the people eat. When farmers struggle, everyone can feel the impact. Food can be for more expensive. Farmers may have to spend more money at the grocery store. I think farmers need more support. They should not have to face their problem alone. I hope things get better also. I hope farmers can continue their work and support their farmers. And there is another thing is many people do not think about farmers every day, but farmers are very important. Without farmers there is no food, no other vegetables. That is why problem is matter. I think also many farmers feel worried about the future. They are working hard, but life is getting harder. Many of them just want to fair chance to make of living. They want to take care of their farmers. They want to keep their farmers running. I hope leader pays attention to this problem, and I hope farmers get help they need, because when farmers will do, communities will do, and that is a good for everyone.
The United States is going to pay farmers to destroy hundreds of thousands of peach trees after a corporate bankruptcy destroyed the industry overnight. The popular brand Del Monte filed for bankruptcy and closed all of its canneries and operations across the state of California. This left farmers with millions of pounds of peaches and no one to buy them. As a result, 420,000 peach trees are being ripped out of the ground across the state of California. Let that sink in. We are destroying food in a country where 14 million children, or 1 in 5, are experiencing hunger. Why? Because they depend on corporations to buy it. Many of these are generational farmers who have had 20-year contracts with Del Monte, and now they're being forced to fire their employees and they're being left with the bag. And what is Trump's USDA doing? They plan to give out $9 million to help these farmers who have only planted peaches to learn how to plant something else. This is the part of the economy we don't talk about. We bend to the will of giant corporations, and then when they collapse, so do the communities. America in 2026, destroy food that could help feed 14 million hungry children, lose farms, and pay more at the grocery store.
Hey, if you didn't hear this, almost like 70% of our farmers can't actually afford to have a farming season. I think it's like 1 in 4 farmers are going into the farming season completely inequipped, and up to 70% cannot afford fertilizer or the diesel it costs to run the machines to, run their farms. And I'm telling you all this, why? Well, because there's also about 30% food waste in America, which could be turned into fertilizer, but it just goes to the landfills. There are so many other things we could also be doing, like why are we overproducing food when not everyone's eating it, when people are still starving? Why are we throwing food away? How is it that France was able to make it illegal to throw food away, but we haven't done that in America? And I know France is much smaller than America, but we could at least start with a state. Right? I just have so many thoughts and opinions, and people are truly actually going to start starving in a first world country, like in the next year, if we don't do something soon. Okay, thanks, bye. Also, I feel like one of those tarot girlies because it's 11:11 on the clock right now. Let's make something good happen, okay?
Today I want to talk about something story. Many peach farmers are going through a difficult time right now. A large community of that they used to buy purchase to gone to bankrupt. Because of this, many farmers have no one to buy their purchase, and now my peach, their trees are being removed from farms. Just think about that from a moment. Farmers spend years growing their trees. They spend time, money, and work working care, taking the care, but now they are being forced to remove them. In my opinion, is very serious problem. Many people think that food comes from the grocery store, but before food reach the store, farmers work every day to grow up. They wake up early, they wake up to hot weather. They spend years carrying their crops. That is why are sad to see food farmers being lost. Another thing is they catch my attention is that my families are still struggling to buy food. Many people are trying to save money. Many parents are worried about food price. That is why this situation feels strange to many people. One side farmers have food of crops, one this side, other side is many families need help. So families are neutrally asked why a better solution cannot be found. The video also talk about how much farmers depend on a big companies. When a large company is doing well, farmers can sell their crops. But when that company has problem, farmers can suddenly lose their biggest customer. That can change everything very quickly. I think this shows how far the system can be. A problem in one company can affect many farmers and many families, and when families struggle, local communities struggle too. Workers can lose jobs, small business can lose customers, and local communities are become workers. That is why this story is bigger than just purchases. It is really about the people behind the farmers. It is about the families. It is about the workers, and it is about communities trying to survive. I also think farmers deserve respect. They provide food of millions of people. Their work is not easy, and they face many risks every year. Weather can change, price can change, market can change, and something problem happen that are completely outside their control. That is why support from farmers important. I hope solution can be found. I hope farmers can keep their land. I hope families can stay in the business. I hope food can reach their people how need is, because nowadays want to see good food waste, and nowadays want to see hardworking families lose everything they work from. That is my opinion.